This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Several persons in police custody after they were illegally found in possession of dangerous drugs in several incidents. According to police reports, shortly after 6 p.m. Thursday, officers from the Drug Enforcement and K-9 unit, while in possession of a search warrant, went to a house on Hospital Lane. On their arrival, the officers explained their reason for being at the residence to the occupants. The police search dog was deployed, and several minutes later, it alerted its handler of 5 nylon Crocosac bags. On inspection of these bags, it was revealed that they all contain a grassy substance suspected to be marijuana. A male and female were arrested and taken into custody during this incident. In a separate incident, sometime around 6:15 p.m., officers from the operations unit, while armed with a search warrant, went to a residence on Hillcrest Drive, Seven Hills. On their arrival, they observed 3 males who, on seeing the police, fled. A chase ensued and 2 of the males were captured. They were taken back to the residence where a search was carried out. The officers recovered a quantity of suspected marijuana. Both suspects were arrested and taken into custody. They are all expected to be formally charged before the magistrate court. Meantime, in 2 other incidents, police also recovered a quantity of suspected marijuana. However, no arrests were made. In the first incident, shortly after 8 a.m., a team of officers from the Drug Enforcement and Operations Unit, acting on information, went to Dorset Street, Foxhill, where they were directed to a bushy area. The officers conducted a search and found a 5-gallon bucket that contained a quantity of suspected marijuana. Then, shortly after 9 p.m., officers from the Operations and K-9 unit, acting on information, went to Hillcrest Drive, where the search dog was deployed into a bushy area. A short time later, the dog alerted its handler to a blue bag. On close inspection, the officers discovered a quantity of suspected marijuana. As the Royal Bahamas Defense Force continues to make advancements to ensure that they're living up to their motto, which is guard our heritage. Yesterday, National Security Minister Marvin Dames and Commodore Dr. Raymond King and senior Marines were on hand for the commissioning of the government's multi-million-dollar ship's bridge simulator. The bridge simulator is part of the $232 million Sandy Bottom project that was signed back in 2014. The minister encourages Marines to make wise and safe decisions while at sea for their vessel and crew.
When you're at sea, sometimes the weather is good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you're chasing the bad guys. Sometimes you're moving in the cover of darkness. One thing is for certain, that you have to always be thinking of safety, safety first. The safety of the men and women that you were given the responsibility to care for, the safety of the vessel, the taxpayers' money.
RBDF Sea Training Officer Commander William Stirrup says this much-needed training is a tool designed to imitate specific environments.
We will be able to rehearse port approaches, navigate in narrow channels and fairways. It will allow for docking and maneuvers in confined waters, practice entering and leaving frequently used harbors, and provide radar plotting and navigation.
Nevertheless, the minister stresses the importance of taking care of ships while at sea. In recent weeks, the RBDF has reported the grounding of the HMBS Cascarilla last week, which left crew members injured. The National Neighborhood Watch Council has been recognized globally by the International Association of Chief of Police and has been awarded the Leadership in Community Policing Award 2020 for community's collaborative partnership with the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis officially launched the council in collaboration with the police force in April of 2018, aiming to reduce community crimes and improve life in the neighborhoods of the Bahamas. Police Commissioner Paul Roll informed the public that the police force has been selected as the 2020 IACP leader in community policing for large policing agencies. Commissioner Roll thanked the Minister of National Security, Marvin Dames, for his support on their initiatives.
And for that, I am humble and indeed grateful to inform you, Minister, today that we have been chosen based on the work that these officers behind me have been doing. I wish to thank you, Minister, for your support for this initiative. You have been with us from day one. You continue to be a part of it, sir, and your support and that of the government for all that you continue to do for us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Minister Dames says upon coming to office, the F&M administration in 2018 aimed to improve the nation's approach to crime prevention, not only on a community level, but also a national level.
The Ministry of National Security immediately went to work and design, along with the Royal Bahamas Police Force and communities throughout New Providence and the Bahamas, an innovative community policing movement known as the NNWC. In partnerships with the Royal Bahamas Police Force and other crime watch and neighborhood watch groups, the NNWC provides a space for civic-minded and community-minded Bahamians to serve as a pivotal support arm to law enforcement within their respective communities.
Minister Dames thanked past Commissioner Anthony Ferguson and current Commissioner Roll for the program as he presented Commissioner Roll and his team a number of vehicles that may assist them in connecting them even further with their work. The minister says the NNWC has been successful since they started with 11 crime watch groups, but today has around 139 developed across the Bahamas.
The NNWC has provided another example of how community policing is the best defense against crime. It is not the investment in technology or tactics for the police, but rather the citizens who are the eyes and ears of their communities, the builders of their communities. An appropriate level of peace has indeed been restored to our communities. However, there's much work left to be done.
Kino Wong, co-chair of the NNWC, says the council embraces the opportunity, even with healthier community relationships with the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.